All right, so we lost Bo.
Oh, he just needs to reconnect his devices. He's back there. He just needs to
We'll see.
click
We'll see.
on.
Well, Warner Brothers games, they've had a few missteps recently, and now their revenue has plummeted by 48% in quarter one. All as the fallout from Sweet Baby Inc. failure continues. Monolith is closed, executives ousted, no new games in sight. Do you want to give us a rundown on this one? You sort of know this one a little bit more, don't you?
Yeah, look, Warner Brothers Games had a breakthrough year with the Hogwarts Legacy game just a while ago. I think about 2 years ago at this point. And
Mm,
they have not done better since. A lot of games they spent an inordinate amount of money on. For example, the failure of the squad killed the Justice League, for example, was
yeah.
all put together narratively and cast wise and storyline, all by Sweet Baby Inc. Essentially destroying any other thing that came out of that particular studio. And it closed up Monolith. It canceled a bunch of games, including a Wonder Woman game that I was actually looking forward to. The visuals on it were extraordinary, better than this game, to be fair. And yeah, there it is. That's the credits for the narrative team over at Sweet Baby Inc. that you just passed by the picture. But that Wonder Woman game looks extraordinary to me. It's supposed to be something quite interesting, but they pulled the plug on it, most likely because it had the same creative team from Sweet Baby Inc. Working on it. A lot of games rely on hype, word of mouth, and just like gamers to actually give a shit about. Despite the fact that financially the gaming industry is like 10 to 12 times larger than film and television industry as far as revenue. They really snuck in all the DEI, bologna sausage message, all of that stuff, and killed studios. Well, this almost killed Warner Brothers Gaming entirely. So they've had to eat shit, for lack of a better way of putting it, on pretty much all of the games that they've released recently, which would include
Mm.
shutting down whole studios inside their own Warner Brothers gaming development studios, and having to back off of projects that were essentially done. They've gotten rid of a bunch of executives, as you can see here in the sub headline there, and it just gets worse and worse. So moving forward, they have a decent chance to do fairly well. A lot of people enjoyed Multiversus when it came out, but they got rid of player first games. Monolith closed. Warner Brothers Games San Diego closed. They pulled the plug on so many different things, and Rocksteady, which was an acquisition, is kind of just there. Whether or not they get to develop any more titles or not, it's unknown at this point. So basically, this led to another portion of a down year for Warner Brothers Discovery as a larger entity because they didn't make any money on their games. Whereas, had they released Hogwarts Legacy, two or other things that were just equally as good, they would have had a stellar year and maybe would also be able to tout a profit. That's how much money these games bring and how much better they can be. But Mortal Kombat will be out either as a Game of Thrones game and more DC games, but they're going to roll out top tier characters like Batman. I think they're just trying to pretend that the squad killed the Justice League didn't exist. And
Yeah.
it's unfortunately just the way the gaming industry goes right now. But I don't know. When you see how much they fell off by, I mean, anytime you're in the 40s, high 40s or 50% range, you got big problems. So,
Well,
um,
they
yeah,
came out and admitted how much they lost. It was like $300 million
yeah,
or something like
yeah, it's
that. It's
extraordinary. Yeah,
insane. But yeah, we lost
yeah,
this much money. Like, sorry, what? Sorry, what? We got
yeah.
Bo back. I don't know if you were listening to that whilst you had massive connection issues. Did you? Could you? We listen to the segment at all?
I'm afraid not. No, I had to restart. No, I had to restart my laptop. Sorry.
Damn, we needed
I don't know what
a
the. I
crowdfund
apologise. I
to
don't
get
know what
you a
the
new
problem is. For the
laptop.
last few weeks, it's been about an hour and 40, hour 45, hour 50 in. It boots me out for some reason. So, yeah, crowdfunding. But buy me a brand new rig. Buy me a new £2,000 laptop. Yes, please. No,
It might be.
yeah, sorry, I don't know. I
be
had to restart.
heating,
I had to restart.
I guess. I don't know. It doesn't really make
Might be what?
sense.
Sorry?
It might be overheating issues, but then that
Well,
doesn't.
Don't think
know.
so. But yeah,
Weird.
anyway.
Genuinely weird.
Oh, yeah.
Weird. Well, we're just talking about another victim of the agenda and nonsense that people have been pushing. So Warner Brothers Games, absolute garbage. Just falling on their ass. They made Suicide Squad kill the Justice League, which murdered Batman. So everyone was pretty pissed about that. Because good. That's what people want. They made. I don't know if they got a picture of it. Yeah, there you go. There's Batman being killed. Good times. That's what everyone wants. Yeah, that's just what everyone wants. They sort of just made a joke out of everything, murdered it's terrible game. And before that, they'd had a pretty smash hit with the Hogwarts Legacy Harry Potter game. And so they kind of squandered all of their profits on that by releasing Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And then that lost Warner Brothers Games like $300 million, which they just admitted to. They were like, yeah, that lost us a lot of money, actually. And basically, they've now been like shutting everything down left, right, and center. Because I said, we've spoken about this before here on this podcast, is that the gaming industry has effectively speed run the movie industry's experience, right? Yep. The gaming industry is much smaller cohort, demographic. They're much more niche, and they tried to pull the same stunts that they've been doing in the film industry, but in the gaming industry, and they're like, no, I'm not going to spend $80 on this shit that I've got to spend 5 hours, 10 hours playing. No thanks, because the investment's higher. It's a much higher financial investment and time investment.
Yeah, time commitment, big time.
Yeah, and so the gaming industry has speed run what the movie industry is going to eventually deal with, if not what it has been dealing with recently. And yeah, many gaming studios have now shut their doors permanently as a result of that, which is
I'm going to stop making predictions about that, because I am wrong now every year. I've grossly underestimated the loss of game studios.
Oh, it's mental, isn't it?
I guessed 14 this year, and they're gone already. So who knows? Who knows how many are going to close? Last year was ridiculous too. It's just dumb.
But in 2 days' time, we've got Doom: The Dark Ages being
that'll do well. Cool. That'll do well. A lot of people are excited.
Tear some demons in hell, so I'm looking forward to that. But there you go. I mean, that's it. Really, there's not a whole lot else really to say. With this, it's just you get what you deserve, and if anyone on the board was intelligent, they'd go, well, we need to completely reverse this, like do the exact opposite of all of this.
Yeah, they need to listen to the fans. It's the same thing in television and film and almost everything else.
Listen to men. They are the majority of gamers.
Well, no. See, yeah, they are. They have phone games like Candy Crush and stuff. Dude. Come on.
Yeah, but that's one of the things I was going to say is I've just got zero sympathy that any company that goes woke and then goes broke. Zero sympathy. In fact, I'm gleeful. Good. You deserve to die and go away. Yeah. So, I don't care. I'm not a shareholder in any of these companies. So, die. Good.
I mean, look at this. This was Mr. Freeze in the Suicide Squad game.
Really? No way.
That's a black woman. They made Mr. Freeze a black woman.
That's absurd. It's like if this was a comedy sketch, it wouldn't be that funny, right? That's ridiculous. I remember one time you showed me. It was from one of the Rainbow Six games, or one of the
the guy in the wheelchair.
It was a special forces dude in a wheelchair,
Yeah, an
Special
operator,
needs special
an
forces.
an actual special forces operator. Dude, oh my
Uh,
God, there's a staircase here. Hasn't anybody in the Middle East heard of a ADA? Why can't I get up these stairs? I don't know, dude.
fucking-
It's
I
absurd, isn't it?
can't.
Like
Just
the people
can't.
that came up with this, made it happen, and greenlit it and put it out. Everywhere along that line, they're mad. They're mad. So die. Dude, fail, please.
What was this?
I still don't get it, dude. I still
I just-
when this came to my when this came to my attention, I was like, oh no. No.
Yeah.
No.
That's the reaction, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
There it is. Well, there you go. Anyway, but oh, we've got some super chats actually, and he's coming just at the last minute. We're about to wrap up, Nick. Jesus.
Yeah, thanks for sneaking in here.
hey,
Yeah,
boy.
Yeah, so I literally got finished up, and I was like, God, I wonder if they're still live. And I knew you guys would be wrapping up, and I was like, fuck it, I will jump in right at the last minute.
Say hi to your boy. Say hi to your boyfriend.
What's your thoughts on Warner Brothers shutting down all these game companies and stuff? Then give us your thoughts on that quickly.
I mean, go woke, go broke. I mean, I mean, if
Yeah.
you're sitting there making games that people despise constantly over and over and over again, you're not going to make any money. And you're going to end up shutting down. I still don't understand how Lucasfilm has not shut down. This is
stuff, didn't they? That's why.
Yeah.
They ended up outsourcing the IPs to other companies instead. So
Yep.
Yeah,
It's at some point in time, if these companies want to actually make money, like Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog is a perfect example. I mean, Last of Us Season 2 on HBO is getting destroyed. Worse than the sequel to the game got destroyed, and it's like, this is the same company that made the Uncharted series, which is one of my favorite video games of all time. The fourth one was but the first three, great. I love the first three. I mean, it's like a modern day Indiana Jones. That kind of creativity and innovation and gaming, that is what is going to make these game companies money, not pandering to the small minority of woke tardos out there. They're learning their lessons. So either they'll learn it and they'll actually end up making some changes and actually get people in there that actually love video games and love the IPs that they're working on, the storylines they're working on, and come up with new, innovative, new, cool ways to, bring video games to the audience, or they'll just keep failing and keep shutting down studios, and it'll be a big, huge waste of money.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, there you go. We got your thoughts. We got your thoughts. Let's get to some of these super chats.